Oh, looks like we're already underway here. Race you to the castle. Oh, I think we're gonna win that race. Just a piece of art in our first chest. Nothing too exciting quite yet. Let's see what weapon we get at Dunkel. Personal favorite would be the bow.
Early map check.
Very early. So we have blue and red at was that Eastern and Hera?
Blue and red at desert and bomb strat. Blue pendant. I saw pendants at Palace of Darkness and what? No, Eastern and desert.
Yep, and Tower of Hera was a red crystal, so I don't know about you, Demon Druid, but I'm not a huge fan of starting with bombs.
I always like to see it, but I don't want it myself.
Yeah, that's just that's Rando in a nutshell. Do get a red potion though, so we do have a little bit of safety here. If we happen to accidentally bomb ourselves once, we can sort of save ourselves drinking that. Alrighty, coming down here downstairs. This is the first room where bombs are actually required, and Blue Guard does take 2. Wow, very well done by Chisame. And Kotose too, they definitely practiced that.
Only thing missing that isn't an item in the dungeon right now is the map.
Well, there's going to be a map in the Smoky somewhere between here and Sanctuary. This guard's a bit easier, it only takes 1 bomb. And he gives it right back, so that's nice.
That's the Bombos medallion.
Very impressed with these 2 runners' bomb skills. Giving us the medallion for the bombs. Alright, we don't actually have to use bombs on the ball and chain guard. We have these wonderful pots which do tempered sword damage, so it only takes 2. Magic powder in the chest there, huh? It's a wonderful safety item. Yeah, if we find the hammer or the mirror, maybe we can check the bat. Alright, well, Bombos is really nice to have. Powder is really nice to have. Not strictly progression, though. It depends on what the medallions from Azure Iron Turtle Rock are, but yeah, we don't have anything that really points us in the specific direction quite yet.
It also depends on if Magic Bat has an item. Or Sick Kid, we have a bottle right now, we can check him immediately.
As soon as we get to Kakariko, we can do that. Bombos can also be the key into Ice Palace, though we still need quite a few items before that becomes a possibility. Alright, well, the nice thing about starting with bombs is you don't actually have to farm them. There are 3 items back here at the tail end of the escape, which you need a bomb or the boots to get to. And we've got bombs. We got 10 of them. Had 10.
nice key rat from Chisame right there.
Stopping to pick it up and walk into the rat. I approve of this. The rat is predictable, but unpredictable at the same time. It can be a little bit annoying to nail him without just throwing. Okay, so we find 350 rupees and the lamp back here, so... Lamp's always a welcome item to find. Not strictly required unless we need the fire source, but... That's our first one. Kotose emptied out the bombs. Ooh, finding the boots in the sanctuary. That's a very convenient place. Got these nice bonk rocks here. Bonk rocks! Need the boots for this. Just bonk into them, they get destroyed. Okay, well the good thing for Kotose is that we did get plenty of money. Buying bombs is not going to be an issue at all. Which is good because those are going to be needed to get a few of the item locations in Kakariko. There's 3 of them. Lumberjack Cave only having a big 20, so if we have to do agate, it won't be for that, hopefully.
Today there's just a green rupee that grows in the forest.
Yeah, money doesn't grow on trees, but it does grow on the ground sometimes. Does have to be a little bit careful with just one heart if they accidentally walk into one of their bombs or take a bit too much damage from some of these enemies before we get to Kakariko. That can be a little annoying. Wow, dashing right by the guard.
Let's see how Lion's Hut fares for us today. That's really nice. Gloves. Our first sword.
Yeah, glove, sword, red boomerang's alright too. $50 more.
Blindness has money. She's not really rich, but she does have money.
Yeah, all on our way. Gonna have to pay 100 to the bottle vendor here shortly. But if we want to go to Zora, we are almost halfway there.
And the sick kid gives us his allowance, just $20, but we take what he gives.
Better get it. We got the Master Sword in the well as well, so... With the Master Sword and the lamp, Aghanim does enter the fray. We have plenty of item locations to check before... Ooh, and the mirror. So... Alright, so that opens up Hera, which is required. And we do thankfully have a fire source, so we have to go to the basement. So lots of things become... an option now. So could just say had to do that in a little bit of a different order, just because no bombs means you can't get the item back here and in the wells. It's typically what you see runners do.
There's the second boomerang.
We got our full set now. Library, we have... Ooh, a full heart. I would have grabbed that. That's just me, though. Chisame does not need it, apparently.
I would have grabbed that as well. Just 5 bombs at the racing game. Let's see if Kotose chooses to check it, or tries, or will go just right straight for it unless it's not useful.
Usually, I don't see people just go like blind. I'll see that sometimes, but generally I don't think it's that as useful as saying Key Sanity. Sanity has a much more higher chance of having that be required. In normal random, you'd think it's better just to check that before you get it, but that's just me.
And the mirror making the dam just a one-trip visit, one entry.
It's always nice. If you do spam the mirror in a location where you can push a block and it won't take you back to the entrance, that will just delete the block. It's really nice. Kotose did opt to get that full heart container. Chisame also getting one at the bottom of the dam. Alright, Master Sword makes Mini Muldorm Cave. Very simple. Gotta watch out for those banana peels, though.
Five more item locations right here. First one is 20 rupees. A shield. And even more money.
Very interesting that Kotose went to the Eastern Palace area right away, before even checking the South area. I guess the Eastern Palace is a pendant this time. Could opt to dip in there and check it out. We do have the lamp, so the chest all the way at the end. Isn't logic that there's something there. So very interesting choice coming down here. See if it pays off. B29 pendant dungeons seems to be its favorite thing, so... The hammer in the Ice Red Cave.
We are a moon pearl away from Dark World access right now. This is going to be interesting. Let's see if Zora has moon pearl. That would be fun.
Could also be a vanilla moon pearl up at Tower of Hera. Looks like that's where Chisame is going to be heading now. We have the means to complete it. Why not? And that also gets us to the East Death Mountain area, which has a ton of items, so... Very, very tempting. Not a lot of value in Eastern Palace quite yet, but still a ways to go.
Just 20 bucks from the old man.
Well, at least he tipped us for getting him out of there.
He's like, back in my day oil was cheap, so here's 20 bucks, that's all the oil you needed for that.
Ooh, there is a moon pearl.
Well, that's Dark World access, bye bye Aga. We will be seeing you only at the end of the run.
Yeah, that Aga that almost was ended as soon as it came into play. Let's see here. We
Green
have
pendant, skull boots, and red pendant, ice palace. That's what I saw.
that also matches up with me. So that's Okay, so Eastern Palace did not pay out at all, unfortunately, Kotose. But they will probably be getting their Hammer, Moon Pearl, and all that good stuff just a little bit after Chisame. And there's a decent chance that Chisame might check that anyway. So we'll have to see.
And Kotose is checking the dam area right now. He's gonna be grabbing up his boomerang from the mini Moldorm cave.
Yeah, she's gonna be playing catch up for a little bit here. Sees Chisame setting up the bomb jump. Not quite getting it. Ooh, and this is a tough bomb jump to mess up. You fall all the way down here. Not happy about that, understandably.
Having to mirror out because of the way the crystal switches work. But he did get the camera free, it seemed like, at least.
Making the second climb up here. Not the worst thing in the world, but still very annoying for something that you're hoping was going to save you time. With the boots, there is a way you can make that be much safer in regards to your vertical position. Ooh, we're going for it in a second time. That looked good. Setting up the spin there at the edge of the pit to get aligned as far close to it as possible. You can also bonk off the side of the wall, and that increases your vertical leniency by quite a bit.
And Kotose is grabbing up his hammer right now.
She's going to be right behind Chisame. And Chisame did make that fall, so the time difference between them shrunk a little bit because of that. 3 hammer hits on Moldorm, that's all it takes.
And Chisame is going to check the floating island item and then doing Spiral Cave.
Yep, plenty of items over here. It's probably a large reason why we came up here. I mean, obviously we were going to have to complete here at any point, so it was never a bad time to come up here, but when you can get all the items on the east side as well, it's a splendid time.
Without the Titansmiths, we won't be able to check Dark East Death Mountain, or even whole of Death Mountain, Dark Death Mountain.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. You'd like to be able to do everything while you're here, but we'll have a chance to come back later. Gotta do Turtle Rock anyway. When we get that hookshot, we can do the hookshot cave as well. Alright, 5 items here. What are we going to find?
Even more money. Well, once this race is over, they'll have enough money to buy a house here.
Yep, can move out of Uncle's house, or at least get another bed. Alright, coming down here to the Hype Cave area. Gonna get this all out of the way before we go up to Thieves Town. I quite like doing this when we have the mirror, and it's gonna be very tempting for us to go check King's Tomb and the Graveyard Ledge, so very efficient choice by Chisame here.
Chisame will probably incorporate the K45 and Stumpy check right with this. And there's Tempered Sword.
That's a good sword. There we go. As you see, Kotose using the boots to bonk off the wall. Seemed to get the vertical position just right, but just for safety, bonking. It's a really nice trick. Alright. Got 3 things left down here. We can even mirror and just walk into town from down here. It feels really nice to come here when you have the mirror. I guess money does grow on trees sometime. For tree people. Ooh, Kotose unfortunately taking a fall, and that's a bad spot for a fall. Going down 2 floors is not fun.
Not picking up the bug net for Chisame.
That's a mistake. That's a big mistake. Bugnet does not like to be ignored. I mean, it's not really a useful item or anything. As far as the run goes, it's never crash or anything, but...
I'm thinking right now, bow can't be on pedestal, fire rod can't be on pedestal, but anything else can. And there's Titansmiths. Wow.
Titansmiths being the one exception. That's pretty convenient timing for that. Okay, Kotose finishing up Hera. Chisame not picking up the frog quite yet. That's interesting. Huh. I mean, we have the mirror, we can turn that right now, and we have Peg Caves and the Magic Bat over there. I might have a plan. Don't even get our chess game fee back. Alright, Thieves Town. This is about as ideal of conditions for completing this dungeon as it gets. You got... Ooh, hello, Butter Sword.
That's early. Ha!
Yeah, 24-minute Butter Sword's not bad at all. That doesn't actually make a difference against this boss, but it's still nice.
At 48 minutes we'll find silver arrows. Just double the time and we'll get even more stronger.
Yeah, I guess that's algebra for you. About the only other thing we could want in this dungeon is the Cane of Burna. Just to make blind super easy.
Or a rat mail. That's fine as well, I guess. Let's see if Chisame is going to get the God Pixel here. No, he does not.
Alright, so Kotose came here. So it's doing this in a slightly different order is Kotose, but right behind Chisame.
I'm just a smoky in the first chest in Skull Woods. But the sword making is really easy. And Kotose finds the big key right there, and I did not catch what Chisame got in the big key chest. Kotose is going for that bomb jump.
Alright, let's see. Blind, of course, takes damage no matter what weapon you're using. Only 1 point, takes 9 hits. So far so good, getting this scripted fight. Really well done, not even taking a single hit there. Kotose has to be a little careful down to 1 heart. Might be intentional, planning for the death warp, but still a few enemies between you and the chest in this room. The big threats are the Gibdo and the Spike. The Spike will always do 1 heart of damage. Chisame finding the flute and the Sea Hut. That's also a pretty convenient place for that.
And Kotose is dying, but that was planned.
Yep, death warp. A little bit faster to get out of that room, so... Alright, we've got our flute activation. We could go to Maya right now and potentially get in there, but can't complete it without the Cane of Samaria. Titan's Myths unlock quite a lot of things in this game, so... Alright, the Maya chest. Chest shed. It's like a chest of chests. Ice Rod, okay. We will be needing that to beat Trinex. Meanwhile, Kotose, check in this graveyard ledge area and the King's Stone. Meanwhile, Chisame is sitting here in Independent Desert.
Fire just... oh. Chat already answered. Well, there's the cane at least. And Kotose did pick up the flute and is going to activate it immediately.
Okay. Chisame coming over here to check the checkerboard cave. I'm curious if they'll dive into Mire without the cane. Let's find out. Well, they went back into the Dark World, so I'm assuming they are. Yep, here we go. Oh, wait, we found the cane. What am I talking about? How could you let me make that mistake, demons?
I'm sorry. I did not. I was a bit away right now.
Oh, man. Well, I'm away mentally, apparently, because I didn't notice that.
And Chisame took a fall. Doing a quick spin before that bonking into that block.
Yeah, it's a little bit easy to walk off in the pit sometimes, especially if you have to balk in this room. Hookshot is also really nice to have just for that reason. But logic can definitely require you to get in here with just the boots, so. Well, that would be really nice if we didn't have to check everything anyway. That first chest big key is the dream of Go Mode Mire, but we can't go mode this dungeon. Alright, Kotose making her way through Thieves Town as we get deeper and deeper into Mire. A 5-bomb upgrade is our first item. Not particularly exciting.
There's the map.
Even less exciting somehow.
Well, unless you are hungry and think it's a burrito.
Or I guess if you're lost. But if you're lost, how did you get here in the first place? You don't just stumble into Miss Mire, you gotta have a medallion and everything.
What if the bird picked up the hobo and then brought him here?
That would be a nightmare for the hobo, I'm sure. There is our bow.
Oh, wow. So that means we can... No, we need Firewall before we can pull the pad. And obviously complete all the dungeons.
I'm sure the pad is the last thing either of these runners is hoping for right now. That does open us up to completing Palace of Darkness, though. Would not be surprised at all to see Chisame head that way, right after clearing out Mire. Bow is actually really useful for Beatrice too, now that we think about that.
Even more so if we find silvers along the way. But this was our second item, and if I remember correctly, Meyer just has 2 items.
That it does. So if we find silver, it's gonna be really weird. We're gonna have to talk to some devs about that. We do have butter sword though. The only thing that we would potentially want is an mid-speed item just so we can dash through all the eyeballs. But with butter sword and red mail and the bow, we should not have any issues taking down the Vitreous. Oh, we still have that red potion too, don't we? Alright, Chisame, how do you like to kill Vitreous? I see, taking the damage from the goo to get those invincibility frames and spin attack them all at once. Using the bow to finish him off. And there we go. Crystal number 3 for Chisame. Really good pace so far.
And Kotose is going to do hammer packs and the smith sequence, probably. And Chisame is going to check at Hina's cave.
One of the more out-of-the-way locations, this place, so when you got the opportunity.
And the smiths just reward us with some love. A little piece of love.
Say, checking the bat, I do not believe Chisame did this, so...
Let's see what we will get cursed by today.
Just to be hurt.
He's cursing us with love. Aw, that's sweet.
I wish he would curse us with his vanilla curse rather than piece of heart, but... So Chisame heading to Palace of Darkness, we can complete this. There's 5 items here. Probably gonna have to full clear it anyway, so... Very good choice coming here. They have not checked Sarashla either. So this is a very good opportunity to do that as well. Alright, Kotose making this south trip here to turn this purple chest. Can't take it someplace nice if you try to enter someplace with that. It'll give that message. Ooh, Kotose. The blessing of the bug net is now upon you. Alright, House of Darkness. What did we got today? First item is a bottle.
But does it contain a message?
It contains absolutely nothing. Not even a bee.
And Kotose is checking high pick and picking up her butter sword.
Chisame, forgetting they don't have a small key for that door up there. It's quite unfortunate. Could just be a small key, to be fair, but coming back here to the bow-locked areas. Alright, Kotose about to turn this purple chest. We will see if this is something nice. Just bombs. Oh, there's a hookshot on Chisame's side.
So that's another item that could be on pedestal that is not on pedestal.
Wow, I've never seen that happen. Chisame jumping off the invisible little ledge there to get back on land. Some Looney Tunes stuff right there.
And Chisame set up the multiple of 4 pixel dash key lock. The key door unlock. Damn, that's hard to pronounce.
Yeah, if you're in a specific quadrant, when you dash into a door, you won't actually bonk off of it. It's a very minor thing, but it's still nice to do. As Kotose doing the fake flippers from Hobo. Yeah.
And there are silver arrows.
Alright, well, Ganon is looking pretty easy today. Ooh, I saw a rod on the ledge. Do we know what that is? Did we see that before?
It was fire rod. Oh my. Fire rod on hookshot. On hookshot ledge? What is that?
That is the
That
Lake
sounds
Highway
terrible.
ledge. That's what that is. So we could get that if we wanted to go through the effort of setting up the walk on water in the Dark World. I don't know if that's going to be a thing we're going to do because we do need the flippers to complete the seed either way. So. I mean, maybe we could want to get that before we go to Turtle Rock to complete that. If flippers, for example, were in Turtle Rock, we'd have to double dip that to get it.
And just 3 bombs at Zora. How are we supposed to swim with just 3 bombs? Use them as life rafts things?
I don't think they are valid rotation devices, so. It's just unfortunate. Kotose is being very thorough with their overworld checks, but all the required items seem to be in dungeons thus far. Heading over here to the desert area now, so we'll be getting that can of Smurry. Chisame about to finish up pod now. Gonna be very easy with those silver arrows that we found in here. Ironically, the one weakness of this big guy. All it takes is one.
But Chisame is opting not to use that silver arrow.
Well, a butter sword only takes a small number of slashes anyway, so understandable you don't want to spend the menu time for that. Okay, so unless Turtle Rock is Ether, all we're missing for no mode is the flippers. Because we saw the fire rod on the lake ledge. So the question is, where are those?
Chisame is going to check Dark Death Mountain.
This is good. They do not know that the fire rod is actually on the lake ledge, as far as I know. If they did, they might have opted to do the water walk glitch to actually get that before coming here, just so they could complete Turtle Rock while up here. But yeah, this will also give us information on the medallion for Turtle Rock, which is pretty important. You want to know when you're in go mode. You don't want to guess that you have the medallion and then not have it. The really nice thing about having flippers as your go mode item is that it locks so much by the logic. All of Swamp Palace is inaccessible. Same with Ice Palace. And it's Bombos.
Wait, no, he's probably just opening it. I was thinking Chisame might opt to check that first chest that he can check.
They might. That's never really a bad idea. You can get in here. You might want to dip in there, because Fire Rod can absolutely be in Turtle Rock. Not going to do that quite yet. I'm going to check the overworld locations surrounding it first, but I would not be surprised if Chisame went in there to dig in for the Fire Rod, or Sing, if it's Fire Rod locked.
And Chisame is entering Hookshot Cave right now.
4 items here. This bottom one can be accessed with just the boots. Gonna have to fall. Oh no. Alright, you can actually do that. But the bottom chest can be accessed with just the boots. You don't actually need the hookshot for that one. And the hookshot can definitely be there. Don't get tripped up by that one.
And we find the cape, which means that we can get the lumberjack item. What am I saying? The Bomber Cave item.
Yep, I believe Kotose checked that, and I don't think it was anything. I might be wrong. But we do see Chisame come in here to Turtle Rock now. The best case scenario for Chisame is that this first chest is anything but a smoking, because it's going to mean that the rest of the dungeon is locked by Fire Rod. But it is a smoky, so deeper and deeper we go. I mean, we might find flippers in here. That could have been the intended sequence.
That would just be horrible. Flippers in Turtle Rock for a confirmed 2-trap.
Yep. You can avoid that with the minor glitches, as I said, but Chisame does not have that information as far as I am aware. And that the Dark World water walk is pretty obscure in use, so I wouldn't be surprised if any runner just is not familiar with it.
As a kid, I always thought those bumps in the pipes, where you hear a clear thud, was like Link damages. Link's getting damaged.
I'm sure it's not fun from the way it sounds. It's like a really bad water slide.
With these
Ether.
corners, definitely not.
Does not look pleasant. We find ether in the middle chest. That's not going to be useful for anything, as we already are well aware. We do have one more item location we can check, which is the Mimic Cave. See a question in chat. Can't flick flippers to get the fire rod? You cannot, but there is a glitch with the boots where you can walk on water if you dash near pits. If you set that up, you can jump in the water from a certain direction. If you jump down into the water, you'll be walking on water. You'll see some runners do that for the hobo. Setting up that nice rod cave. And then you can mirror once you get there, and that'll let you get that item without the flippers, but we will need the flippers anyway for Swamp Palace. If we didn't have to do Swamp Palace, we could just fake flipper in Ice Palace and get that without the flippers, and it would be good. But Swamp, there is no way to actually complete that without the flippers, as far as minor glitches go. And so now we'll see Chisame doing some of the overworld spots that Kotose did. So Kotose, she did spend a lot of time doing some overworld spots that didn't really pay off, but there's a decent chance that Chisame is also going to do the same things, which will give Kotose a little bit of time to catch up. The real question is going to be, where are these flippers? I don't believe Spike Cave was checked when we got the magic cape that became possible, as far as logic is concerned. We could do it a while before, it's just because we had potions and such available to us, but the logic will assume you have an invincibility item. And potentially more items, depending on which invincibility item it is, but... Now we have Kotose heading into Palace of Darkness, going to be getting her hook shot as she completes that. And she has most of the overworld done, so if Chisame spends a lot of time checking overworld locations and not finding what they're looking for, this could even up again pretty darn quickly. I guess... No. The flippers cannot be on pedestal because the fire rod is locked behind the flippers. So that's not a possibility.
Where do you think the flippers are at?
I don't believe we checked Pyramid Ledge or Catfish, have we? Or Spike Cave. Or did Kotose check those? I don't believe Spike Cave was ever checked, right?
While flippers could also be by the book.
Okay, we're gonna get this flipper cave check. I believe Kotose did check this, though, so... Yep, just 50 rips. That would be 1/10 of flipper in the vanilla game. Alright, seeing a bit of the same things, just trade in places of the runners. Chisame checking his King's Tomb. Kotose about to find that hookshot. There we go. Yep, don't have the flippers. Can't actually swim without those. At least none. Not there. Chisame coming up here. It looks like they are going to be checking Spike Cave. This, again, I'm pretty sure this was not checked by the runner. I know it wasn't checked by Chisame because you're going there now. Alright, if this is flippers, that's debatably good for Chisame. If they check Lake Hylia right away, that's really good. If they do not, they might dip Swamp House and full clearing that looking for it. Assuming this is flippers, of course. And it's flippers.
Oh. So we are in no mode right now.
We are in no mode. Chisame is not quite there. He does not know where the fire rod is quite yet. Running up here, they're about to know.
Yeah, Chisame is going to know the fire rod's here.
Yep, so Chisame, as soon as they pick that up, we'll be in go mode. That's just one of the big advantages of having flippers as your go mode item when Ice Palace and Swamp Palace are required. It completely puts the option of having to double dip those out of the question. You can't even get in there. So these will be two very quick dungeon clears. Looking like it's going to be not quite a sub 1 hour go mode. Could be, but Chisame is going to be very, very quick for that to happen.
And it seems like Chisame is going to do Swamp House.
Oh no! Oh wait. Oh, what am I talking about? This is fine. This, we don't need fire up for this dungeon. Just go mode it and then go get it. This is perfect. I was a little confused for a second.
And Chisame knows that he can full clear this dungeon right now and go well. Of course he can full clear it. He can go mode the dungeon as soon as he has that big key.
Yeah.
Wait, he doesn't even need it.
It's perfectly fine. I don't know, I was getting... It was just out of the order that I would do it in my mind, so I got confused for a second, I think.
Yeah,
So still be go mode, and then we can go grab the fire rod, then go straight in Ice Palace. That's actually probably better routing. Meanwhile, Kotose, finishing up pod, does have a few options of where they would like to go now. We do know the flippers are in Spike Cave. That would be the best location that Kotose could go to right now, since that would put them in no mode as well. Oh.
It looks like he's going to check it right now.
Yeah, she probably will check Hookshot Cave first, but Spike Cave is also up here.
If she decides not to check Spike Cave, this will be such a huge time loss for her.
Yeah, there's pretty much no recovering from that. She's not actually that far behind, because Swamp Palace, Ice Palace, of course, can go mode, and Chisame did do that double dip into Turtle Rock. Chisame definitely has a advantage, of course, since we are in go mode. We're completing one of the dungeons we have to do, and it does make her Chisame's return strip a little shorter, since we've checked a lot of stuff there. But they will stop to get the big key on the right side.
And a really nice quick kill from Chisame on Argus.
Yeah. Hopefully Kotose does not go into Turtle Rock. It's definitely an option. Not a terrible option either. But that would be bad. That would be very bad.
And it seems like Kotose, what?
Okay.
Is
so
she gonna check Turtle Rock before Spike Cave?
she looks like she is going to be going into Turtle Rock, yes. Which, again, this is not a bad play by any means.
And we have officially entered go mode for Chisame at 1 hour 3 minutes and 29 seconds.
Very quick seed this far, yes. It is unfortunate that since Kotose did have the knowledge that Fire Rod was on Lake Hylia, if she would have done the water walk to get that, this would not be that big of a deal either, because we can complete it while we're here. But unfortunately, going to lead to a bit of a time loss since we know the flippers are not here.
Let's just hope Kotose is going to stop right here. And she is. Nice.
Okay, that is good. If there is a small key crate there, you can get deeper into the rock. It can definitely be logically required for you too, but that was about the best case scenario, aside from that just not being an option in general. So Kotose, she will find her flippers here. She'll be able to know where Fire Rod is, so we already have that information on her side.
And Kotose is picking up her flippers just now and will probably go to get, if she chooses to do the same as Chisame, do Swamp and then pick up Fire Rod. And so far it does appear like that is the case. Or not. Kotose is going to grab the fire rod before going into swamp.
Chisame's choice to go into swamp and full clear, or not full clear, to complete that before grabbing it was a little bit more efficient, but I guess if Kotose goes to Ice Palace now, it's about the same. Yep, just opting to do this in a different order.
Really nice fight from Chisame right there.
Yeah, Butter Sword makes Cold Stare choke. It does so much damage to him. You can't really do anything about it.
But on the other hand, if you have swordless Cold Stare, you much rather want to find a sword 10 minutes later and then come back again.
Yeah, I'm not really a fan of fighting Cold Stare with Hammer.
And Chisame is only Turtle Rock away from actually able to enter Ganon's Tower.
Yep, saving that as last dungeon is pretty good. Since we can, of course, just walk over to GT. Alright, Chisame, second trip in here. We've done pretty much everything except get the big key, so it's just going to be a quick trip to the right side to get that, and then we're just smooth sailing.
Nice bomb jump from Kotose. And there's the big key.
Got a big key or small key. Just gotta make our way downstairs now. Meanwhile, Kotose about to head into the Cold Stare fight as well. Opting to use the Fire Rod to break the shell. When you have Gold Star, you don't really need the extra Fire Rod shots that using Bombos would have. Because as you can see, Cold Stare is literally a joke. He's a joke. When you have Butter Sword.
And Chisame's opting to go down here instead of to the right.
Skipping the big key chest is kind of risky. If there's a small key there, you might have to backtrack for that, so if you have just one small key coming in here, checking this is pretty much required. Just week 20 today. Kotose is about to head to Swamp Palace. Just has to complete this. It's a very fast dungeon when you're in gun mode. And then Turtle Rock. Chisame is just about to finish up Turtle Rock. Well, that's convenient-ish.
And there's the smoky that we need.
So we are out of here. Just barely dashing enough time to avoid that beetle. Alright, Trinex also a pretty easy fight when you have Butter Sword. All it takes is 3 slashes for each head, which you can easily get in within one rod shot.
Kotose is having a little bit of problems getting behind that switch.
Not quite getting the quick kill on Trinex, but still a very quick kill indeed. If you hit Trinex in the head before the body starts glowing, it will register, so you can get a nice little quick kill there before he can even really do anything, as long as you hit the head. Oh, but that's our last Crystal Dungeon, so you know what that means. It's a game. It's a game I like to play, speed gaming. You subscribe, donate 250 bits to any speed gaming channel. You can guess a number between 1 and 22. Those are locations the big key can be in Gan's Tower. If you get your guess correct, you get to go on the leaderboard. You're gonna be famous, don't you? I mean, fame might be a little bit much. So yeah, get those guesses in now. I'm gonna go with my personal favorite guess of Torch. How about you, Demon's Druid?
For me, it's always between 11 and 14, and this time I'm sticking with my guns. I'm going with 11.
Alrighty. And here we go. Coming up on the first chest now, so the game is over. At least the guessing is. Just won a blue rupee, just to a small key. Chisame will be taking that small key to the right side. Did run out of magic, and we didn't find any blue potions along the way. Maybe we'll find one here, but that might be a point of contention later. Alright, so right side is nothing and nothing. Opting to get the small key here and mirror back. You have the option to go full right side and just go straight to Ice Armos, but it's very rare that I see that happen.
And just a small key on the torch.
Number 8. Number 9, it seems. Unless I miscounted. I'm pretty sure that's correct, though.
Yeah, number 9 it is.
So if you guessed location number 9, congratulations, you won. Let's see who our lucky winner is today. PK Sandman. Alright, heading up the gauntlet now. As Kotose enters Turtle Rock.
And Chisame opts to not go into that health room.
Yeah, it does have the red potion. Maybe the magic might have been useful, but I don't suspect we'll need that between now and the other one in the room before Moldorm 2. Ooh, that red lizard. Running just a bit too fast to the right. Does get a nice snipe on the red Stalfos, though.
Three really nice snipes on the heads.
Very, very nice zero cycle on that. Silver Arrows, of course, destroyed Lambo in one hit. So if you can get them all in one, that's ideal. It's harder than it looks, though. We are just a little bit low on magic, but with the lamp, as long as Chisame does not mess up this room, to have to reset it, should be good. Yeah, it looks good. And there's now their full magic in this room. Patiently waiting. A glitch where this tower can despawn if you enter stairs in the same frame that the torches reset. So that's why Chisame paused there. To make sure that didn't happen, because it means you have to leave the tower and climb it all over again, which is not fun.
This is gonna be quite a quick seed.
Yeah, Chisame made all the right choices, pretty much. The only time they really stumbled, I guess, would be looking for the flippers, and that was still a very short time.
Quite a linear seed as well.
Somewhat. I feel like it was linear in the sense that all of our required items were in dungeons we're going to complete it anyway. So in that sense, I would agree, yeah.
That's a nice double hit right there.
Well, this is a mean pattern. Alright, there we go. Now all we have left is the Ganon fight, which is going to be pretty easy. We've got Butter Sword, we have Red Mail, we have Silver Arrows. The only thing we could possibly want is half magic. And
Chisame is entering his Ganon fight just as Kotose is coming up on her last boss fight. Chisame is going for a spin right there, which doesn't even help that much.
Yeah, spins and slashes for Battlesword do the exact same damage, so... Already in base 3, you can see just how powerful Battlesword is in this fight.
If only Ganon wants to cooperate and not dash all the way.
Next, teleporting. I mean, he knows what's coming. He's not gonna go easy, I guess.
Please, Ganon. Thank you.
He did in fact find those silver arrows.
Chisame does get the torch glitch.
Not at all unnecessary for this level of equipment, but still nice. Oh, don't use that. Just being extra safe using the potion, since this is literally the final stretch of the entire race. Nice double to finish things off.
And Chisame just finished his Ganon fight and will soon be going through the doors.
And there we go. Official SRTV time, 1 hour, 22 minutes, 24 seconds. An insane time for V29, but the seed was very cooperative. Finishing just as Kotose enters her GT.
Let's see if Chisame is up to get in for an interview.
Alright, they are in the waiting room. We'll go ahead and pull them in. Hello, Chisame, congrats, and GG.
Thanks. GG's. Oh, what a seed.
That was a pretty nice one, wasn't it?
Yeah, I was really worried for a bit. I was that turtle rock. I was like, what if the stars aligned? What if Fire Rod's just in here?
Yeah, we I did say that because we knew where the fire rod was at that time. Kotose, she did see that on the Lake Hylia ledge earlier, but you did not know where it was. So it made a lot of sense from your perspective to dip in there, because of course the fire rod can definitely be in there.
Yeah, and then we got the cave. We got the gate from, I believe, East Death, Dark Death Mountain, and then I did a bit of overworld checks. I checked out Bumper Cave. Wait a second. Cave unlocks one other spot.
Yeah, it does. And that's that important spike cave. I mean, technically that's quote-unquote unlocked. As far as the logic concerned, could have done it anyway, just because we have a potion, you know, but logically, that is locked until we have an mid-speed item.
Ooh, but yeah, the seed was pretty nice. Everything was sort of just in front of you. The only pendant we had to dip was Desert for Samaria, I believe. Yeah.
Yep, that is correct. What really gave you the edge, I think, was just early on in Kotose, before even doing the celestial checks, dipped into the eastern area. So that took a bit of time, and they were also more thorough on their overall checks, which of course didn't really pay off too well, considering most of the required items were in dungeons, and you just completed what you could, and that ended up paying off really well for you.
Yeah, it just felt weird as the seed went on, because V29 is just notorious for everything being the overworld. So I just kept playing, you know, what else could be in dungeons? What else could be here? And I guess one of those rare V29 seeds where dungeons have stuff.
Yeah, it's very uncommon, and you can see by the time you got 122 that when it does happen, it's amazing. It's amazingly fast. Finding a butter sword really early, also finding the silver arrows just along the way. It was a very friendly seed overall.
Yeah, we have all three males. I mean, I found Mirror Shield and Turtle Rock, which was funny.
Yeah, right on Laser Bridge, right where you want that. It's like, okay. Thank you for that game.
I guess I won't laser skip anymore. I guess I'll do this normally.
Okay, so that does move you up to 4-2. You are still alive for bracket, guaranteed. How you feeling about that?
Oh, so stressed. I've felt this way since round 3, since I've been on the edge the entire time.
Very understandable. It's never easy just doing tournament races because, of course, I think everybody would like to get to brackets. People probably wouldn't be very, super upset if they didn't, but it is one of those things where you're like, well, I actually have a chance, so I kind of want to do it, and that does weigh in your mind a lot, right?
It does, yeah. I was so tense going up GT. I was wondering, would the Turok double dip punish me? The only way to get out of this is, well, like, what ended up happening was Kotose dipping Eastern or Skullwoods. Since I don't think I had too many Overworld checks left. Zora region, yeah, just Zora region, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kotose did check a bit of desert, Skullwoods.
Yeah, the items were, of course, not in too bad of locations, but that was something they ended up doing. It was just the little things, really. When it's a seed like this, where all the required items are in dungeons, if your opponent plays just to clear, it's really hard to make up time. So even that early Eastern dip cost them quite a bit, I would say, just because of the way the seed was laid out. It wasn't like a bad decision on their part or anything. Like, it made sense, but just the way the seed was laid out, it didn't give them many chances to catch up.
Yeah, that's the trap of, I guess, Sphere 1 Eastern for you. It's like, it's 3 items, but it's 3 items in a dungeon, so it's a bit slower than, say, Zora region or any of the 3 item dense locations.
You played really well. Your execution was really spot on, and some of your lesser routing choices, like doing Swamp Palace in Go mode before actually getting the Fire Rod, were really nice. Since that did put you near Ice Palace, so you could minimize the trips you made in Dark World and portals and such. So
yeah,
kudos to you for that.
I was thinking what you were saying when I did that, because I saw Ice Rod on the floating on Lake Hylia. I was like, wait, let's go mode. I froze for a second and I save and quit.
Yeah. Do you have any questions, Stevens?
What did you... Excuse me. What did you think about that 24-minute gold sword, though?
Everything is dead. Everything in the world is dead and going to melt. I hope we don't find silvers. Because maybe my silverless butter sword will save a bit of time, and then we found it. So everything was really dead. I just wish that I found a couple swords before. Which boss did I do with Master Sword? I did one boss with Master Sword. I think it was Hera?
Yeah, I think so.
So yeah, could have saved like a hammer hit. That's about it.
16 minutes between the first sword and the butter sword. That's not too shabby.
That is a pretty nice seed, that's for sure. Whew. Well, that was enjoyable. Much more enjoyable than I guess like 140, 150 seeds. I'm just glad it's over. Oh, my heart was pounding so much.
Okay, we do have Kotose on her Ganon fight, so she'll be joining us shortly, maybe.
Also, now that I see it again, those Ganon warps, so many.
Yeah, I think it was the 3rd one. Yeah, it's this one, right? Oh gosh, so many.
As I said when we saw it the first time, he knows what's coming. Sees all this decked out equipment. Marissa's does not want any part of it. Would teleport forever if he could.
Yes, Ganon, we found the silvers.
Certainly did. Yep.
And
Kotose
Kotose.
finishing up Ganon.
GG to also to Kotose. Let's hop her right into here for a quick interview.
Official SRTB time 1 hour, 31 minutes, 20 seconds. Still a really good time for this version of Rando. Hey, Kotose, GG.
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 So, I gambled a lot early on, and none of it paid off. None of it.
I went in a straight line.
Alright, so my only hope was that excuse me, because my late game actually went pretty well. I thought not for sure, but I was hoping that maybe you got the flippers early and you used them a lot and scrambled around looking for things that I didn't. Or like full cleared Skull Woods or something.
Oh no, I skipped Eastern, I skipped Skullwoods. I did dungeons as I got the items for it. The only miss route I think I did was I did Smith Chain before checking out Bumper Cave, and then right after Bumper Cave I did Spike Cave flips. But my flips was the second last item, and then Fire Rod was the first thing I found.
Oh, dang. Yeah, no, I didn't get... My flippers were basically my go mode item. I was just missing flippers and Fire Rod.
And I heard you knew where Fire Rod was for a long time.
I was, but I was kind of glad that happened because I wasn't. If I had used that Fire Rod or those flippers any more than I did, I probably would have lost a lot of time. I would have searched locations that had nothing.
Yeah. One thing I want to ask you is, do you know how to do the Dark World water walk glitch?
I do not. Why?
Okay. I was just
that good for?
curious.
The
Since,
mire when I was walking around.
well, since the Fire Rod was on the highly ledge, something you could have done if you anticipate, for example, flippers being in Turtle Rock, you could have gotten that Fire Rod and then just went straight to Turtle Rock and completed it anyway. Because the flippers were, of course, required, but that would have, if the flippers were in Turtle Rock, would have saved you a double dip. So I was just curious if you were aware of that.
No, I was not aware of that at all. So you can get the island item without the flippers?
You can, as long as you have the boots. You can set it up in the Dark World to where you can get that.
Huh.
Of course, you need the mirror to get the item, but you can definitely set that up.
I will have to learn that.
I double did TR.
Yeah, so did I. I checked the first item just because, maybe the flippers are there. And then I checked Spike Cave right after.
I checked TR, and then I think I saved and quit because I think I was at Vanilla Big Key. Yeah, I was at Vanilla Big Key. That's as far as you can make. No, I was at Mimic Cave. You could get that far, and then that had I think 3 bombs or something. And then I flew away.
Did the blacksmith chain, and then you went back up there for the Spike Cave.
So, Chisame, you did the blacksmith chain. What's your items collected?
131.
That's really low.
Yeah, Chisame just followed where the items wanted them to go. I think just focused on the crystals they could complete, and just went from there.
Going into this, I knew that Chisame was way better than me. Like, I know he's better in skill, and I know that just about everyone is better in routing. So I was kind of fixed on taking an early gamble until one of them paid off, and none of them. It hurt.
Hey, don't say that. You beat me yesterday.
Hey,
That's proven.
that's the one time.
Well, that's all the one time that matters, right? It's like it was just unfortunate.
No, I'm pretty sure this one time matters.
This one matters a bit more, but I'm just saying, like it's possible. So It's all
It
good.
is. Yeah, no, I didn't expect to beat him, so I was trying my best to just find something that I didn't think he would look for. Unfortunately, that strategy didn't really pan out.
Yeah, it's just one of those rare seeds.
Everything was pretty straightforward, I guess. Spike Cave was a little annoying. That's it.
Yeah, with Kate being logic, I checked bumper first. Figured it'd be down there.
I didn't even check bumper. What was in there?
Arrow capacity upgrade? Junk. All I remember was junk.
50 rupees.
Oh,
I didn't have the cape at the time, and I accidentally routed past it at the beginning. I was like, I'm not going to bother checking. It's probably nothing.
I
You
tried
were
to
right.
do. Oops. Go first, go first.
Yeah, but usually that early Eastern dive yields something. I thought there was a chance I was ahead when I got to that hook shot when I did. So unless you can hover Chisame and you didn't tell anyone.
No, I can't help her. No, with that much Dark World access that we had, I figured Eastern was just bait, so I ignored it completely.
Yeah, good call. Very good call. I'm honestly, I'm very happy with how it went. In spite of the loss, I feel like I played really well. I'm pretty happy with myself.
Yeah, I would agree with that, and I watched both of you, so my opinion is definitely correct. 131 is definitely a good time for this version of the randomizer, for sure.
Oh, yeah, no, it's one of my better times in a while. I've been working on my routing a lot. It's just kind of hard to practice routing.
Yeah, it is. I like to use the Z3R sim, the web-based randomizer, basically. It's like rando, only you don't play, you just click on chests and go to places and stuff. That's what I use a lot to practice my routing, if you haven't
I've
checked
not
that
heard
out.
of that. Yeah, if you could link me to that later, I'd love that.
That's
Yeah, I'll hit you
Z3R
up with
sim.
it.
Chisame got you covered, so
Yep.
yeah, you can definitely get that a check. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed the race, definitely give both of these fine runners a follow. Put on a good show. Definitely deserve love, support. Thank you to our tracker Sinhei for keeping all our items updated. And thank you to Demon's Druid for co-commentating with me today.
Thank you both commenters for commenting for us.
Thanks, everybody.
No problem. Thank you two for running, at least. Without you, this race wouldn't have been here, and I wouldn't have needed to commentate this race.
There we go. So if you guys want to see more rando action, be sure to follow Speed Gaming 1-6 and ALTP Randomizer 1-6, I believe. Still haven't figured that out yet. But yeah, we've got tournament races going on for a good portion of the day. We got coming up on the schedule. Let's bring that up. As far as rando goes, there's a race at 6 p.m. Carl versus Glintai. And I guess my race, but I don't watch that because I'm gonna do that. But yeah, so thank you all for watching, and we'll see you next time.